Buckle up and get ready for a roller coaster ride of some tasteless humor, lots of heart, and radical truth with two scrappy chicks. Because adulting is hard, but we are thinking that laughing about it is just so much easier. Okay, The Valley, 2 episodes. Again, I'm behind due to wonderful back issues, but on the mend. Okay. So, this one, okay, we finally meet Tom's girlfriend. At the time, she wasn't officially his girlfriend, but she is now, Kiana. At Tom Tom, Zach's there, Brittany's there, a couple other people are there. She brings her friend, and she's wearing her sunglasses. She's been getting a lot of heat about that. I mean, I wear mine too. Um, like more so than anything, and who cares? She's back and forth to New York and is a model, and people were trying to say, "Oh, she's with him for clout." And it's funny, she was on his podcast because they're in the Caribbean, and they were like laughing about it. So, um, Zach says him and Janet are not BFFs, and the cast they were talking about the trip to San Diego, and they're going to take via the train. So next we have the girls in the wig shop. It's Lacey and Nia and Kristen, and they're getting them for the men's fashion show pageant that they're going to have in San Diego. Lacey tells the girls she's not sure if she's going to go because she doesn't like Janet, because Janet like digs up info on her and just really made her uncomfortable. And so then the rest of the cast is getting ready to pack. Danny and Nia. Nia would have preferred the baby be on the bottle and not so dependent on her nipple for breastfeeding. And she tells Danny no ripped jeans. And Janet thinks just because her and Kristen had a smoke at Brittany's party that they're good, and Kristen's like, no, not that easy. And then Brittany is the only one that packs 2 suitcases. So, I guess when you're taking a train, yeah, but if you're flying, like a lot of people try to stuff as much as they can in a carry-on. Kristen brings her nanny, who's also her friend, and on the train, she's not really liking the conversation between Zach and Janet because she thought Zach didn't like Janet, so that kind of causes a little issue with those two. And when they get off the train, they have several SUVs that go to the house. It's really nice. Jesse thinks he's going to get the biggest room, and him and Lala are hashing it out because she's saying, no, this belongs to Michelle, because Michelle booked this trip. So he's like, I guess we're all sleeping together, and Lala's like, no. So Michelle did get that room, and Jesse and Lacey took another room. I mean, it's a big house. And then also on the property is other properties, and Danny and Nia, Kristen and Luke took this house since they have babies because they didn't want to interrupt anyone else. And also on the property are animals, and it's really cute. And they go to Belmont Park, which is an amusement park in San Diego. Nia is so excited because no kids, and Danny said, quit being performative, and she's like, I'm not. I'm just very happy I don't have any kids. Jesse said, that's a no. I'm not going on roller coaster. He even calls himself a little bitch because he doesn't like heights. I get it, but back in the day, we would get season passes to Great America, and it was like $50 for the summer, and we would go there at least once every week, and it was so worth it. And I loved the roller coasters and that. Now, can I do it today? I don't think so. Probably because I got vertigo back in 2015 after being on a cruise. So I think my amusement park thrill rides are over. I probably have to be selective what I can and cannot handle when it comes to amusement parks. Um, so Michelle and Lala bond at the beach, and they talk about losing their parents. Lala lost her dad like 7 years ago, and Michelle, at the time they recorded this, which is last summer, had lost her mom, and she was feeling alone without her. She doesn't really have anyone in LA, and she said she feels signs of her mom being around, and she just missed talking to her and getting guidance from her and this and that. So I can relate. I lost my dad first, and that was tough. But then losing my mom 10 years later was the worst. I was in a very dark area of my life when I lost her. So I totally get what Lala and Michelle are going through. And then later on, back at the house, Schwartz tells Lala he had a wild sex dream about Lala, and she's just like, oh God. So yeah, I found that interesting. He's like, it wasn't dirty. So yeah, that's pretty much that episode, the most recent episode this past Wednesday. Pretty much Kristen and Luke still struggling. She got her period finally after giving birth, and she said it's just awful. It's heavy. She's uncomfortable. So she doesn't want to stay at the dinner, and Luke leaves with her. I get it with Kristen, just totally wants to be a homebody and stuff, and be with the baby, and that postpartum is no joke. In the end, Danny, they're still struggling too. It's got to be tough having 4 under 4. I could not imagine. I stopped at 2, and there's 2.5 years in between, but I can't imagine raising 4. That's got to be tough. Jason, Janet, Lacey, and Jesse stayed after the dinner to have a talk about Lacey being uncomfortable with Janet, and Janet rubbing in her face about how Lacey was doing an NDA the first season to the women on the show and not wanting to be talked about. And then Janet says, well, you tried to audition for OC, Real Housewife of Orange County, like 4 times. And then I guess Janet has been going on Reddit and stuff, and Lacey just feels uncomfortable, and it got heated. I don't think it made any progress because Janet got up and walked away. And this I don't understand. The Hoff blocked Lacey, like David Hasselhoff, so I'll have to do some more digging on that. What the heck was that all about? And ironically, they were showing the Hoff recent pictures of him in a wheelchair and that, not doing too good. I remember the Hoff when he was on my mom's favorite, one of her favorite soap operas that's still around, The Young and the Restless. His name was Snapper. And then I watched the Hoff when he was on Baywatch. And they still show Baywatch on TV. I think it's on Roku channel and other channels. And I think they're doing a revival because I saw a picture of Brooks Nader in a suit and it said something about Baywatch. So yeah, stay tuned. So next, pretty much Lacey and Michelle have a conversation because Lacey saw a text that she sent to Jesse that I don't want her around my kid and this and that, and mocked her looks. And Lacey said, that's very hurtful. And she goes, well, I'm sorry, but we had an agreement. We wouldn't introduce people that we were dating unless we know it was really serious. And she's like, I'm sorry, I said those things, it was just the mood, she was in, and she's just like, I just want this divorce already. I think Jesse and Michelle are divorced finally, I don't know. But it's funny, other people are are catching on to this, that they feel that Jesse likes Lacey more than Lacey likes him, which I see it too. So, the girls are each assigned a guy to dress up for the pageant. Of course, if you're partnered up with the person or married, that's who you have. And Danny is like really hell-bent on winning, so he's being competitive, and he's getting upset with Nia that the hair wasn't done. Well, it's a wig. She can't curl it. It might, like, burn. And Danny was kind of getting smart with how she was doing the makeup and everything and being demanding. And I'm just like, is he joking or is he serious? Because then Lala caught onto it and came up and was pretty much saying, do not talk to her like that. You're triggering me. And then on one hand, Nia was like, mind your own business. But on the other hand, she was like, okay, other people see this. So pretty much that is where it ended with Lala and Danny at odds. And you start to see the rest of the guys dressed in drag. And I'm like, oh, this should be really interesting. I mean, I like Lala. She's been through it, and she's very outspoken. So I know she meant well with telling Nia that, and telling, Danny, don't talk to her like that. That's not right. So we'll see what happens. I think Danny probably has been drinking. So that might be a key factor in it. Lala doesn't drink, she's sober. So next episode is this coming up Wednesday. And then tonight is the new episode of the Real Housewives of Rhode Island. So I'll probably do my next episode probably to come out Thursday, covering the Valley and the Rhode Island. So hope you're enjoying these recaps. I'm sure enjoying the Valley. I don't miss Jax. And we didn't really see, you know what? Brandon was not in this episode, and I don't think Brittany's with him anymore. I don't know if she's with anybody right now. But, yeah. I'm trying to think what series comes next. I don't know how many episodes of each one are left. But I want to say, like, the Housewives, maybe the next one would be, I want to say Salt Lake City, but I'm not sure because one of the members had a death. And they paused filming. I do know the new New Jersey is filming. I don't know if New York's coming back. They paused Miami. OC just finished up, and Beverly Hills just finished up. So, yeah, I'm not sure what is going to be next. So, all right. Till next time. Talk to you guys later.
We love our Scrappy Peeps. So thank you all for joining us and becoming part of our flock. So please like, subscribe, and share. And if you don't like us, unfortunately, yo mama. But if you do like us, we look forward to seeing you next time on Two Scrappy Chicks.